All right, welcome back. Today's edition of Breakfast Live continues here on Times Television. Still coming soon in the program around 7:30 will be our usual segment of What's in the Papers. Be on the lookout because the hard copy of the Daily Times newspaper is already out in the streets. Make sure that you purchase yours. You can also subscribe to the e-edition by visiting www.times.mw/e-edition. There is an issue to do with intra-party politics happening within the Democratic Progressive Party. And here at Mount Sochi in the city of Blanta, as he's also having his breakfast, I've stumbled into Mr. Humphreys Mvula. He's a political analyst. Wanted to have a conversation on that. For a start, my apologies for disturbing you from partaking your breakfast.
I thought you were telling me that this is a tourism.
Yes, it is a tourism month, so we didn't want to have you disrupted from having your breakfast.
You conduct interviews when others are having.
Yeah. you may want to the microphone a little bit closer to your mouth. But Mr. Mvula, suffice to say that infighting continues in the Democratic Progressive Party, with the latest being the decision by the party to fire one of its prominent members, Mr. Nicholas Dausi. Did you see this coming as a surprise?
Yeah, I've seen it coming. I think it is very difficult, Yankho, to manage politics when you're in opposition.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a ruling party, you start, because this guy started from a ruling party, being a ruling party in 2005, continued off. So they had it very, very easy. Mm-hmm. And then now they're suffering the effects of being in opposition and failing to hold the party together. Mm. So those are the effects, because they brought in people from all other parties, and these individuals conveyed to form Dpp. Now the cracks are emerging, and I see the removal of Dausi as a collateral damage, as part of, look, I don't think he is the person that they are looking for, but probably they look at him as somebody who has shown open support or open defiance or open challenge in terms of some of the things that DPP has stood for, as attempted to do.
Mr. Mvula, what has come through as a bone of contention in this case is that he has been fired through a public notice. Is that on?
It is not on. It doesn't happen that way. And it cannot be that way because the disciplinary committee that they so arranged has not come out with charges against him. Look, Nankum obtained an injunction against the upholding of resolutions at the REC, which include formation of a disciplinary committee. They have a 7-member disciplinary committee when the Constitution provides for 5 members. They seem not to have called him to the disciplinary committee. They seem not to have written him a letter. Basically, they have not given an opportunity to be heard. If he didn't turn up once, they should have given him the next notice, no more. And I think a party 1 year before an election removing a very senior member like Dausi, who has in the past 2 conventions been a chairperson of the convention, sounds something which is not adding up properly. I don't see it being the best viable
decision to have been taken around this time.
I don't think they're really thinking about the party going into an election that they should promote unity. I know they're trying to purge. I see this is a campaign that happens when a person who was a leader before wants to stand again. You want to remove a lot of opposition or individuals that are seen to be stumbling blocks.
Yeah.
So I see the Dausi as just one of the many that will be removed. But by doing that, they're going to weaken the party further.
Talking to Mr. Dausi, he has said that he's not aware of the decision taken by the party to fire him. Does this in any way nullify the firing?
It does not nullify the firing because I've taken a decision. But what Dausi will do is will go to court. He will obtain a rejection, back to square zero. Now they will be living with the senior members who were in the party by courtesy of injunctions, meaning that they cannot call on them to build a united party because these guys will be aggrieved. And I don't think APM can afford to be basically running a party as if it is just a private, small company.
What does this say about the health of intra-party politics within the Democratic Progressive Party?
It has not been there. It is not there. It will not be there. Because currently, I think they are too suspicious of each other. That's the challenge you have when you hijack a party and then you form a party of individuals who have just joined you. So you eventually don't trust. You don't trust each other. So there's nothing like trusting. Here it is very clear. There's the two big camps, and there's a camp, the pro-modernity and the pro-young individuals, and then the structures of democracy within the party have not been upheld, and it seems there's nobody who can really bring them together.
Quite recently, we have seen other members from within the Democratic Progressive Party opposing what they're viewing as the imposition of a presidential candidate in the name of the former head of state, Professor Peter Mutharika. Are they wrong to have this position?
They're not wrong. Look, I mean, democracy entails the same thing. Nkrumah has come out and others have all come back campaigning that they'll contest at the convention. This is allowed the democratic process to continue. But I think Peter does not want to face any competitor at the convention. He wants to be the only candidate. So he's trying to intimidate all other individuals who would like to stand. So that will continue until the date of the election. And before the date of the election, they would have removed a lot of members. They would have intimidated a large square of voters as well as members that would want to stand, so that eventually it is an endorsement process. And when that happens, it's going to be dangerous for the party that is aspiring to win in 2025. It will not win because all these individuals are fighting, including Dausi. He has got a large following. But Dausi has been on the political scene for a long time. And you kick him out, you kick out his group of supporters. And that's the problem. If they kick out another one, you also go with supporters. And eventually these people will converge into one vehicle, which will be fighting the mother party.
As we're edging closer to wrapping up this conversation, as we are wrapping up actually, because I don't want to take too much of your time, how best does Democratic Progressive Party get to rectify the infightings happening within the party?
Look, normally when people are quarreling in the party, convention is the best. But before that convention, sanity must prevail in the party, and they must bring together, bring on a round table individuals that would like to stand, and then agree that they'll be given an opportunity to stand. The element of imposing Peter Mutharika is wrong. It is also morally wrong for him, Peter, to believe that he can be imposed on a party. No one single individual, how well educated or how imposing may be as an individual, you should accept to be used as a pawn, so that individuals that have got an agenda, they should use you, because they're using him. These are rent seekers who would like to see him be a leader so they can rule behind him.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mvula. It is always a pleasure to have a conversation with you, and thank you very much for granting us your time, the precious time this morning. And of course, today's edition of Breakfast Live continues right after this break.